Hey there, I've seen a lot of bad builds on Twitter, even from one of the playtesters. He had some questionable builds saying like, you can build anything on Biara and it will work. No, that's not how it works. I know he cleared, or he staged to have cleared Aatrox with every champion without an anima power. I'm sure if I tried, I can do that as well. Maybe I'll try that on the West after PoE launch is over. But I'm too busy with PoE launch right now to go through the entire Swarm game mode again, because I got a lot of PoE practice to do before the league launch, as I am gonna go for the top 5 level 100, as I was only 6 last time. Anyway, talking about builds, as you can see my match history here, it looks very similar. By the way, this is a Riven that I used to boost people with on Extreme. Here is like 9 games, because I was boosting some people for their title. And here was some Jinx testing for objectives. And here was some other boosting. But if you look here, it is very much the same build. You can see here, I have an Uwu Blaster upgraded. Okay. Can see here I have another ability haste one, not upgraded. This build, you might be asking what the hell happened there. We'll get into that. But you can see here I had a train as well, and you're like, huh? But most of these builds, even on my Jinx, you can see it's very much the same builds I'm building. And that's because I think these are the best abilities. And when it comes to stats, you don't have a much choice. Here you can see I ran ability haste as well for testing. This is 1940 clear. 18, 17, 17. This is 20, but that's because of the team comp. 17, 17. All of the non-ability haste clears are way faster than the ability haste clear on Riven. And this goes for a lot of champions unless you specifically need ability haste. Like on Jinx, you do need ability haste for her ability. Therefore, you will take ability haste. But on any champion you do not need ability haste on, you most likely won't. Yasuo is another example. You do want ability haste for his skills, okay? But VR is very similar to Riven. They both need area size. VR with area size is broken, because you don't have to get in melee. You don't press your E and then sit there on your E and do nothing, and just wait for it, because on Extreme, the mobs do way too much damage, and you will be under half HP by the time your E is finished. What you are going to do though is double tap E. If you do get hit by mobs and take damage, you can double tap E. The area size means it's bigger, means bigger heal, and you're gonna get a good chunk of a heal there. And when you are fighting Aatrox with Briara, you can run to the right side, double tap E, and heal to full from the mobs. That's why you build area size on her, so you don't have to face tank everything. And the double tapping E is an insane good heal. Actually letting the entire E go through is a big mistake I see in most Briara players. They don't double tap it, and that's what you have to do. But this is the build you're gonna build on almost every single champion, and if they use ability haste, like Jinx here, you go with the ability haste build instead. And those are the only really viable builds. Leona is a little bit different, because she gets area size from armor, and you can get abilities that scale with area size, but it's pretty bad. This build is just better anyway. So on almost every champion, you're gonna get HP and armor to survive. And then you're gonna get crit and damage for damage, because nothing is gonna beat that in damage for stats. And then you already have 4. And on most champions, you're gonna want movement speed as well, because dodging things from Aatrox is important. If you don't get movement speed and you get knocked up, he can continuously knock you up in a permanent CC until you die. So you're gonna have to go movement speed. So we'll go over again. HP, armor, crit, damage, movement speed. Those 5 are mandatory on every single champion. Then we have Riven, with her Q being really strong. You're gonna want area size. Then we have Jinx, with her ability needing ability haste. You're gonna have ability haste as your 6. Then we have Yasuo, but don't you need projectile count? No, you actually don't need projectile count on Yasuo, and you shouldn't get projectile count on Yasuo on Aatrox on Extreme. You can do it on easier levels, but I would not get it on Aatrox. Instead, you're gonna get ability haste with the 5 others I just mentioned, and that's gonna be the best option. What about Leona? Well, Leona, you can get the same 5. And then what are you gonna get for the last one? Well, most likely ability haste, because if you do get the same abilities you see here on Riven, they are gonna proc more often with ability haste, and she doesn't have anything else she really needs. Health regen is terrible, by the way. It's way too low. They need to buff it. They're not going to, so just don't get it. But you're probably gonna get ability haste on Leona as the last one as well. And that's pretty much it. It's either area size or ability haste. On Briara, you get area size. On Riven, you get area size. Let's see, who else is there? Is there anyone else that gets anything else? So Jinx, ability haste. Seraphine, ability haste. Leona, ability haste. Illaoi, ability haste. Briara, area size. Yasuo, ability haste. Riven, area size. Aurora, ability haste. Xayah, ability haste. What if I don't get ability haste and I have no more rerolls? Okay. Seraphine, projectile count. Yasuo, projectile count. Xayah, projectile count. Oh, but don't I need XP on Aurora to level up her thing? No. Her skill is terrible. You do not need XP on her. Don't I need area size to level up Xayah's spell? Technically, yes. And her spell is actually decent. So if you do, or not area size, pickup radius. If you do want pickup radius, you can get pickup radius instead of projectile or ability haste on Xayah. That's fine. You can do that. But that's all the options you have. These are all the options for builds. There is no other options. Everything else is just worse. And this is why it's very simple to build in Swarm. And I know in co-op, you're gonna be fighting for the same abilities. And maybe then you'll swap your build around a bit to make an unoptimal build. But these are the builds you're gonna run. And as you can see, when you do get enough rerolls, I guarantee my build almost every time. And I say almost every time, because I've been doing something new recently. And that's where we come back to this. Why do I have blades and why do I have the arrow? Well, I will say after 7-8 minute mark, once you reach that, if you still don't have filled out your abilities, like the crit ones and stuff, you're gonna fill out the last spots you have for whatever abilities you can evolve, because after the 8-minute mark, you do not have enough time to get the abilities you want and evolve them anymore. So once you hit 7 minutes, if you get any abilities you can evolve, you pick them up. Okay? That's why you see I have 2 abilities here that are different than everything else. That's why you see I have a train here, because it was past 7 minutes mark. And I always go damage as one of the 5 core ones. And trains can get evolved with damage. So I took train. And then I was lucky to get static shiv, right? As my last one. Also, to mention, since you always go armor, if you do see this frost armor, always pick it up. You don't need it every game, but if you do see it, pick it up. It's broken. It helps you survive, which is the main reason that people fail the game mode, is that they can't survive. It doesn't matter if Aatrox takes 10 minutes or 2 minutes. As long as you don't die, you clear it. And that's why you see a lot of these. I have the armor one. And this, I got it the first try. This, I got it the second one. This, it's Jinx. I didn't get it at all, so I didn't pick it up. I didn't get it at all. This one, I didn't get the armor one at all. This one, I got the armor one as the last one. And this, I didn't get it. But whenever you see it here, I got it as the first ability, instantly pick it up. And that's everything you need to know about builds in Sworn. That is everything. It's really not that complicated. A lot of items are underpowered. A lot of stats are underpowered. And don't listen to any of those terrible builds on Twitter. I wouldn't listen to that tester either that was testing Sworn, because his builds are a bit questionable. Some of his builds are good, but saying Briar can build anything she wants, yeah, that's not true. A lot of people think Briar is the worst champion over Illaoi because they are building whatever they want on her, and that's just not how it works. That's everything. Sorry for rambling. See you next time.